Hey kids, guess what? We're going to be learning about the water features of our Earth. And as you can see over here on the smart board, this is what we're going to be learning about today. And it's really cool because there's a lot of water features on our Earth that you don't even realize we have, because a lot of them aren't even necessarily close to us. So we're going to go through and look at some different water features today and talk about them, and maybe make up some motions for them, and maybe watch some of the videos, and then we'll compare them. And then you're going to investigate. So first things first, let's see, what kind of water features are there? There's that big one at the beach. What's it called? Oh yeah, the ocean. It's a huge body of water that's surrounding an entire continent. We have 7 continents, and our 4 oceans are surrounding our continents, and there are 4 of them, only 4, because they're so big. So let's watch a quick video of what an ocean looks like. Yeah, that's an ocean. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at those big old waves coming in. Wow. Pretty cool, huh? So that's an ocean, huge body. Notice that you can't see anything out there. All just water. It's surrounding the whole continent. All right, another body of water is a sea. And it's kind of like an ocean, except it's a lot smaller. It's still large, and it's still salt water, but it's not really as big. And it's usually actually connected to an ocean. And most of the time they're surrounded by land. So it's like a huge saltwater lake. Let's see, there's also a river. Well, rivers are large flowing bodies of water. They flow. They just flow and meander around. Like, we have the Savannah River in South Carolina, and we have the Edisto River, and we have the Petey River, and what's that other one? Santee, you got it. So those are our 4 major river systems, and all of those rivers just flow through South Carolina, flow and flow and flow until eventually they dump into the ocean. They land in the ocean. Well, there are also streams. Streams are like the little body of a river. It's a smaller version of a river, and they usually end up flowing in the river. And just like rivers, they're almost always freshwater. And then there's a lake. Well, a lake is an area of land, or an area of water. It's a body of water surrounded by land. Usually it's freshwater. And the ponds are the same thing. They're just a little bit smaller. So while a river is a big flowing body of water that flows until it eventually dumps into the ocean, a lake is just a big pool of water surrounded by land, and it might have a little flow to it, but not much. A lot of times people take boats out on the lake. Like, we have Lake Hartwell and Kiwi Lake, and we have Lake Jocassee up in the mountains. And they're all surrounded by land. And then the smaller versions are like the ponds that you might see on a farm. And there's also a glacier. Yeah, a glacier. Glaciers are massive sheets of ice. Well, guess what ice is made out of? Water! So it's a body of water. And it's made out of fresh water. Fresh water. And it's frozen fresh water. Really? It's frozen fresh water. Do you think we have any glaciers in South Carolina? No, we don't. It's not cold enough here. But there are glaciers at the North Pole, the South Pole, in a country called Greenland. Anywhere northern, real north, and real south towards Antarctica, you might find some glaciers. Mainly up north, though. And I actually have a little bit of a video of a glacier. We're going to watch some of this. And this is actually, glaciers are usually touching some sort of ocean or other body of water, and they often crash into them. So they can be pretty serious. They can actually cause something called an avalanche.
Oh, wow, look.
Wow.
See it falling?
Massive.
I don't know who
Just as
these
Alan
people are.
predicted. An
Look at
entire
that.
headland
All that
collapsed.
is ice. All this is ice. And it's just
It's the
falling
biggest,
and
most
crashing into
wide-carving
the
beast.
ocean. Crazy, huh? So huge sheets of ice. Huge sheets of ice. And then something else that we sometimes see on rivers that we didn't really talk about is a waterfall. And we'll look at this. Peaceful. Anyway, waterfalls are usually found in rivers or streams, and it's when the water drops off from a higher location to a lower location, and it creates this big waterfall. So, waterfall. So let's see. We have, let's go back and review. We have the ocean. It's huge, so we're just gonna make massive waves. Waves, because it's huge. And a sea is like a tiny ocean. It's waves everywhere. Sea, it's a tiny ocean. And then we have the river, which is flowing along until it jumps in the ocean. And then we have the stream, which is just flowing along until it runs into the river. And then we have the lake. Just a big body of water surrounded by land, and a pond is a smaller body of water surrounded by land. And then the glacier is ice. Big sheets of ice. And they're fresh water. Fresh water. So, that is all about our different water features found on Earth. Some of them are a lot bigger than others. What do you think the biggest water feature is? If you said ocean, you got it right. If you said something else, not quite big enough. Now, what's going to be bigger, a lake or a pond? Definitely a lake. What about if we compared an ocean and a sea? Which one's going to be bigger? Well, obviously the ocean, because it's the biggest of everything. And what if we compared a river and a stream? A river is going to be bigger because a stream runs into the river. So that's all about your water features today. And you're going to be researching using your iPads and using some websites and some text features, all kinds of stuff to learn about even more about water features. So I want you to pay close attention and see if you can answer some of these questions today.